日本時間5月1日、米メディア、シカゴスポーツトゥナイトに、ホワイトソックスの専属記者、スコット・マーキン氏が出演し、なぜ、ムネマニアが MLB を席巻しているのかと題し、ホワイトソックスの村上宗隆選手について語りました。番組内では、村上選手のルーティンについて、また、ビデについて、さらに、村上選手の人柄について言及。また、スコット氏は、ドジャースの山本由伸投手からミゲル・バルガス選手に、村上選手について連絡があった秘話を明かす場面も。ここからは、その様子を字幕付きでご紹介します。
Scott, I'm not sure that Munetaka Murakami has had much of a learning curve or needed one.
No.
He leads Major League Baseball with 12 homers. That means he's on pace for 64. Have you been surprised that it's been such a seamless transition and the power has really translated to Major League Baseball?
I think I've been surprised that the little slump he had after the home run in the first 3 games in Milwaukee wasn't a little more extended. And I think there will be a funk that carries on a little longer. You know, I mean, I was talking to someone from the Sox the other day. We pointed out that last year at the All-Star break, I think Pete Crow Armstrong had 29 home runs, right? And he finished with 31. Now, in fairness to Munetaka Murakami, he had tremendous numbers in Japan. He was a Triple Crown winner in Japan, so he's got a little more of a base than PCA did. But I think the key thing with him is there's a number of key things. A, his approach is unbelievable at the plate. You know, you do not see him chasing too many bad pitches, if any bad pitches at all. B, he hits mistakes, and that's a sign of a great player. You cannot make a mistake anywhere in the plate with him. If you do, it's going to go 400-some feet. And see, he just has that great approach. And I remember Jose Abreu, who I think is a little like the Murakami story, that, you know, he always had a very set routine. Like if you wanted to talk to him one-on-one, you kind of had to talk to Billy Russo 2 or 3 days before you planned it because his routine was so regimented that, you know, you had to find a spot for it. And it wasn't that he was bad about it. He was great with the media, but he just didn't want to break what he does. And that's the sign of a good player. You know, the good players, I've said this 1,000 times, whether they're 0 for 20 or 10 for 20, they don't change their routine. They know what got them there, and they're not going to switch around. And I guess the final thing on Murakami is what a great fit he has been in the clubhouse. I mean, I never thought when I went to college or when I started this career many moons ago in 24 years on MLB.com, I'd be writing so much about bidets as I did this spring training and during the year. And that's all thanks to Murakami. It was a great story.
You have, do you have bidet puns?
What? Do I what?
Bidet puns? You got any?
I don't know if I made any bidet puns in this. I probably made 1 or 2, but I will tell you, one of the Japanese reporters, when I did the follow-up that the bidets were in the clubhouse and the players were enjoying them, came up to me and he said, "How did you get a picture?" And I said, "Well, the Sox sent me one." And he goes, "Oh, it's a big story in Japan." I'm like, "Really? It's a big story in Japan? Okay, good enough, you know." But it's been just a huge get, and it really didn't even happen for the Sox till a week before his posting period was coming to a close. But what a big addition he has been for this team. No doubt about it.
So do we need to talk about extending him already, Tina? He's only under a 2-year contract.
You know, if he keeps everything up at this rate, it's definitely worth talking about. I mean, when you look at how he's playing right now, he's a rookie in Major League Baseball, but we all know he is certainly not playing like one. And Scott, you talked about it, grinding out at bats, not chasing. He makes pitchers work. And what we've learned so far, the power, that all is real. And it's certainly a threat to this lineup. And it also sets the tone as well. His presence makes such a huge difference in this lineup. The White Sox got him 2 years, $34 million, and I bet all those teams, by the way, that had some doubts about him, I mean, he is proving a lot of those teams wrong right now. Merk, you are obviously covering this team every single day. You're in the clubhouse with these guys as well. I was really taken aback being there the last 3 days, you know, the kind of impact, witnessing it for myself, that Mooney has had on this clubhouse. Colson Montgomery got to talk to him for a bit, and he told me Mooney has an awesome sense of humor. Can you just touch on the bond that Mooney has created with some of these players in there, but also just how he's risen to be a true leader for this team as well?
Yeah, you know, Derek Shulman was saying, the hitting coach was saying that the other day to me. I was talking to him in Arizona, and he said that, you know, you get him going in the meetings and he'll crack jokes and he'll be, you know, he's just one of the guys. He really just fits right in. And I think, you know, a definite credit to the White Sox. They have, you know, even a small thing as the bidet, which he recommended when he first toured the clubhouse, they have made him feel at home, and the players have been great about that. You know, Miguel Vargas, who is such a key part of that team, is such a key clubhouse guy. He got a call in the offseason from Yamamoto, who they were teammates in the Dodgers, and said, you know, look out for my guy. You're going to really like him. I should ask Vargas if he's exceeded the you're going to really like him already just in April and March. But I think it's not so much they're all looking out for him. They're all just making him fit in and just part of the team. And that's one of the good things that Chris and Josh Barfield and Jin Wong and Paul Yanish, the whole front office, has done is they've really built a team that fits together. And that makes a difference. You can say whatever you want in this age of analytics where there's so many good numbers you can choose from, but you got to have that team that works together, or it doesn't matter how much you spend, how much you don't spend, it's got to fit.
And I feel like Miguel Vargas is feeding off of the success that Munetaka Murakami has in front of him in the order.
Okay, we got to talk about Mune, because we always got to talk about Mune with you guys. He's provided the spark on this team, but also for this fan base too. When you're seeing, he's right now the newest leader in home runs in this league with 12 on the season. What's impressed you most about how he's adjusted to MLB pitching?
Yeah, it's all been impressive,
Can you even fully put it into words, like how impressive it's been?
No, because, I think we expected that he was going to perform well. Obviously we go and we sign the guy and we have high expectations. I think it's fair to say he's exceeded those expectations and just really being a consistent performer from day one and doing it in a really special way. And so, as impressive as that's been, for me, what's been most impressive is that really from day one, the way that he's integrated into the clubhouse, the way that he communicates with guys, the way that he's built connections and relationships is really special. He is a big-time contributor to our culture and our clubhouse. And in that way, it's been really impressive too. As
the manager, what is it like to see him hit the home runs, especially here at Wright Field, and the reaction you get from the fan base too?
Well, it's special, and to have a guy like that, and a number of these other guys are playing really well too. And when you have guys that are playing well in front of the fans, it is special. That's what it's all about. It's all about performing well and getting wins for the fans. And they show up. You want to give them something to root for, and these guys have done a great job of doing that.
Ryan Fuller was telling me in Arizona how I think you guys called it exposure therapy with Mune, kind of like using a machine with different pitches to help him adjust to MLB pitching here. Just from day one, what you guys have been able to help him with, how are you seeing that pay off now in season with him?
Well, he's prepared. He's able to make adjustments pitch to pitch. He's seeing shapes from these different pitches that he's solving for pregame, and I think that's really important for him as somebody who hasn't seen some of the velocity of some of these shapes, but also for our guys who have been here. That's something that's an important part of how we prepare, is just making sure that, you're spending your time before the game, creating solutions for some of the problems you're going to see on the field.
What have you learned about him as a hitter?
That he's got a lot of power, but that he's got a ton of adjustability, and I think the most impressive thing for me has been just the plate discipline, and his ability to make these swing decisions has been impressive.
How about the bond with him and some of his teammates here, Colson Montgomery and Miguel Vargas too?
Yeah. I don't know how it happens. He understands a lot more.
Colson said he's got a great sense of humor. I'm like, I need to know more.
Yeah, he's got a great sense of humor, and he understands a good amount of English. He doesn't speak a ton of it, but he's able to communicate and build these relationships and connections with these other guys, which has been awesome.
Our April awards are broken down into the following categories: the biggest surprise, the biggest disappointment, the best moment of the month, player of the month, pitcher of the month, rookie of the month. First up, AJ, what say you? Who is your biggest surprise?
My player is Yordan Alvarez. No one's talking about him. Check out his numbers. He's leading the league in OPS. He's hitting 340 something, 9 homers, bunch of. I think he might be. If he's not leading the league, he's top 2 or 3 in RBIs. No one's talking about him because the Astros are terrible. But check out his numbers. He's healthy. And then I'm going a little bit off the board here for pitcher of the month, just because Clay Holmes. 9 wins. So this is a little bit he's doing, everyone bashing on their team. And then for me, Munetaka Murakami is the rookie of the month, just because of the homers he hits, plus he plays for the White Sox. And then my best moment is just ABS challenges in general, because I think that they I think they've been cool. The fans are into it, and it's every time there is one, you hear the fans ooh and ah. So I'm all for it.
All right, Eric, what about you? First of all, are they massive agreements or disagreements there with AJ's board? And what do you have for your awards for April?
First, I have no disagreements. I think those are all awesome, and you'll hear them in my awards. My awards actually parallel some of AJ's, which is kind of rare, but it shows what these guys are doing. My best moment was just the entire month for Ildemaro Vargas, who almost has a 200 OPS plus for the month of April. A true journeyman catcher. I think the Diamondbacks, he's been to the Diamondbacks 4 times. He plays winter ball every single season. He's 34 years old, like I said, and he is one of the best hitters in baseball right now for this season. He's not the best. I actually had Jordan like AJ had, but I ended up choosing Ben Rice for player of the month. All 3 of those guys, Ben Rice, Jordan, and Ildemaro Vargas, have been incredible for the month of April. Jordan's probably the better known name. Ben Rice is in a bigger market, and Ildemaro got it because anytime you see an older guy have just a ridiculous breakout month, I gotta go with that. Shohei wants to be a really good pitcher this year. Not that he didn't before, but he's clearly got a lot on his plate. And this month of April, he said, no, you know what? I'm going to be the best pitcher I can be. And obviously with AJ, I got Murakami as the rookie of the month. Easy, hands down. McGonigal had a great month, but it was definitely Murakami's month.
All of us picking Munetaka Murakami. So the fact that the 3 of us picked him as far as rookie of the month, is this something, AJ, we'll start with you. I defer to you on all things Pale Hose. Is this something that he can keep up, maintain?
He can keep hitting homers. He can keep hitting homers. I mean, he hits homers or strikes out or walks. I mean, that's he's a 3 true outcome guy. He's Joey Gallo again. I mean, he hits more homers than Joey Gallo did, but absolutely, I think he can do this. I think this is what he was brought in there. He was brought in to hit 40-plus homers, and he's doing exactly what they thought he was going to do. He's been okay at first base. I think he 100% could keep doing this, and that's why I picked him before the year started to win the Rookie of the Year in the American League. And also, they swept the Angels and Jose Soriano. Just throwing that in there for fun.
I know a less fluid formula. Hit ball, go far. Mooney!
Okay.
Been waiting all show to say that word. And now finally I get to say that word.
Can I shake your hand, Marshall Harris? Because I'll tell you what. Usually you be having takes, and they're usually wild. But I'll give you this one. You had the vision.
Remember when I told you about the batting average too?
You had the vision, and you said, 40. And I said, you're crazy. And I don't think you're crazy anymore.
I have power.
Because 40, yeah, you do have power, Mooney.
But what made you raise your eyebrow when I said that is I was like, yeah, I could see him hitting like 210, 220 and hitting 40 bombs easy.
I think I wanted to undersell as a benefit to him.
40 might be an undersell.
100%.
Well, given the scouting report coming out, 93 plus was supposed to be an issue.
Well, I think for me, it's the swing and miss, and usually there's a transition period where guys are learning pitches for the first time. And so the pitching gets better when you come to the States. It doesn't get worse. And so that's those things. I've just watched enough baseball to know how that works. But he's doing some stuff. He's flicking balls that he don't get all of, and they're leaving the yard.
2 things. The White Sox scored 8 runs last night in that comeback win. That's the most runs they've scored in a home game all season. That's encouraging for me because I've been complaining about them not doing anything at home.
So it's been 5 years since the Sox had a must-see TV nationally. People who aren't Sox fans are just like, what did Murakami do tonight?
Yeah. Will he get to the question is now the Albert Bell has the single season
49.
record in 1998.
He's on pace.
He's on pace
to hit 67.
yes. He's on pace to break a lot of people's home run records.
So I know I do this, and I know people hate when I do this. I'm going to bring it back here. I'm going to look at Marshall. There's probably a regression coming.
Sure. We just saw a mini regression in the last 4 games.
Just talked about yesterday.
So
Lawrence thought that. Lawrence was maybe he thought the league had made the adjustment.
Yeah, and that happens. It was just he's going to perform well, which he did. League was going to adjust, and then he has to make the adjustment back. But it's always going to be this cat and mouse game of all right, we adjust, you adjust, we adjust, you adjust. So there are going to be moments throughout the season where he might go on a 5 to 10 game stretch, 15 game stretch where he's not hitting the ball at the ballpark. But the thing about Murakami that helps him in that regard, guy gets on base a lot. And when you're walking at a high clip, it helps those lows not be as low. because you're still seeing pitches, you're still recognizing pitches, and when you're a guy that doesn't chase out of the zone, pitchers are gonna have to say, well, now I got to throw him strikes.
I think the bigger component to what you're asking, though, is very simple in this. One, yes, he does swing and miss, but he swings and misses at strikes. Mm-hmm. That's one. Number two, Miguel Vargas, over his last 11 games, here's the slash line, 279, 426, 651. The guy behind him, Colson Montgomery, his last 10 games, 315, 435, 684. As long as the guys behind him keep hitting, they don't have a choice but to pitch to him.
Yeah. It helps everybody that he's in that lineup right now. And so for the Sox, that's why you're seeing the uptick in run production. It's going to get warmer more consistently here in town.
Been waiting.
Ball's going to start flying. It's flying already. Like, it rained all day yesterday. Ball's still flying. And so when we get some of those 75, 80, 85 degree days, they're at the G rate or the rate.
The rate.
It was the
rate now,
steepest home run of the StatCast era by a member of the White Sox. 48 degree launch angle. Do you understand? It was a pop up that just kept going.
It's like a Dave Kingman homer.
The power is real. Like a Dave Kingman homer. Where you're just like, how did that's a pop-up that shouldn't have left the infield and left the yard.
Well, I think when you look at his stance too, he has a menacing stance in the box in a good way. Like where you respect him as a hitter, just watching from the moment he steps into the box. Like he hovers over the plate in a way that I think is really useful to his power and what you see in the finish of a home run ball.
It is a stance built to launch
at
all times.
I like that.
He's sitting there waiting like, I wish you would come in the zone with a fastball.
Russ, I need you to make me a promise.
Okay.
Promise me.
Oh, boy.
Promise me.
Oh, I know where you go because I've already seen
Promise
it.
me.
I've already seen it float
me
around on socials. I know what you're going to say.
Chicago White
I know what you're
Sox
going to say.
are not going to flip.
Sir Anthony Dominguez.
Flip Munetaka Murakami this season. Just promise me that.
What I'm going to tell you is.
Wait.
You didn't. I think it is highly unlikely. Unlikely.
No. I want a guarantee.
Nothing in life is guaranteed, Marshall Harris.
いかがでしたでしょうか。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーなどを中心に野球情報をお届けしています。この動画が良かったら高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。今回も最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。